What's up? I'm Ben. This is Ready Setting, and today we're talking about all the Amber cards from the first chapter. There's 34 of these Johns. There's a couple alternate printings and stuff. We're going to talk about the art on those too. But we're just going to give an overview, and we're going to remember all these cards because these cards were released exactly a year ago yesterday. So that's pretty cool. Like, we've had these cards for a year. It's time to revisit them. Time to learn what we missed. See if anything's sticking out to us for new decks, right? This is ARIEL, literally the first card in all of Lorcana, except for the D23s and stuff, but we don't count those because we're not going to ever get them. This is ARIEL on human legs. Why she's on human legs? Because she ain't got no mermaid tail. She's got 2 lore, which is alright. She's a 4 cost, which is usually more valuable than this. A 3/4 quest for 2. It's kind of standard, pretty vanilla, and then she's got a little like kind of a flavor text. This is a flavor text, but she's got like a ha-ha ability. She's voiceless because Ursula took her voice. So it's a little nod to the movie, and I like it overall. Good card. I've never seen it played. And then on to card number 2, probably the best card in all of Amber. I think I'm calling it right now, especially in set 1. This is the super rare ARIEL. Why didn't this get an Enchanted? I'll never know. The Spectacular Singer. She's got Singer 5, so she can sing songs. She's particularly good in Steel Song. So songs like Zeus and Let the Storm Rage On. Let the Storm Rage On is only a 3, but she can sing Whole New World. She can sing Grab Your Swords. She can sing anything that you want in Steel for the most part. She's got the 2/3 stat line, which has tons of survivability, especially at this at the 3-drop. She's just going to survive a lot of things. Like, people are going to let the Storm Rage on and do a damage to her, and then what? She's still chilling. She only quests for 1, but you're not ever questing with her. If you're questing with her, you're either at 19 lore or something's gone terribly wrong. When you play this character, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a song card and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So it's important that you always look at the top 4 because that is a mandatory gameplay trigger. But if you see a song and you don't want it, you don't have to reveal it. You can say, oh, there's no song here. You don't even have to say that. You just don't reveal the song. Then put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So any order means any order. You can say, oh, I want this card on the top, this one on number 2. You know how it is. Probably the best card. This card I bought for about $2.50. Now it's upwards of $3.30. We're in the profit, baby. I know one guy who said he has like over 30 of these, and he's just like banking on these to be his money card. I don't know. I like it a lot. I think it's super useful. Is that Flounder? I'll never know. Okay, I changed my mouse cursor to Flounder here. Boing. We got the Cinderella, which didn't see much play. She's got the Singer 5, which you might think, hey, that's just as good as ARIEL. And it quests for 2, so that's kind of cool. And it has a third thing going for it. It can remove up to 3 damage from chosen princess characters. So there's a new princess deck in Shimmering Skies, and I think this definitely has a spot in that deck, but not so much for doing other stuff. The Singer 5 is super valuable, but I haven't seen people tech this into their winning list. But overall, I think that this card has some major value. It might be getting slept on. Here's Goofy the Musketeer. He's sitting at about 14 cents, 46 cents for a 4. There's also the Gen Con? No. I don't know where this was from, but there's a promo version of it. That's crazy. He's got the bodyguard ability, and importantly, he has the Musketeer keyword. Have to sneeze. He says, N2 for T. When you play this character, you remove up to 2 damage from each of your Musketeer characters. That's crazy. Some decks play all Musketeers. They could have a whole board and remove a whole bunch of damage. That's what's up with the Mickey. This is Hades, underrated. I think he might be perfectly rated. He works in combo decks super cool. I pulled off some super sicko mode combos when I had this guy quest for 8 because I had 7 other villains on the table, and then I quest him. It's crazy. His sinister plot ability, this character gets +1 lore for each other villain character you have in play. I literally have quested with this guy for 8 lore in 1 turn. He's crazy. He has an enchanted version. The 6/7 means that Medusa don't get him. The 7 means that he survives a bunch of challenges. He's going to be hard to take out. You fill up your board with a whole bunch of other villains. This thing quests for big, big numbers. I like him. He was a fun guy to play. This Hades has made its way into Steel Song list and then made his way back out of Steel Song list. And then he's in Mufasa list and then he's out of Mufasa list. He's kind of a wild card. He's got the Well of Souls. When you play this character, return character card from your discard to your hand. Could be anything. It's not like Perdita where you have to return like a small cost character. This could be anything. This could be your 1 copy of Chernobog. Go ahead and get it back with this card right here. It could be your Mufasa. Go ahead and get it back. And then Mufasa is basically 2 characters and 1 character. This card works well when you want, and it can turn around the game. Like, if you top deck this, you can play it, and then you can find the card that you want from your discard. I think overall it's super good. Its weak point is that it has 2 willpower, so it gets banished by a lot of things really quickly. And he's got a little bit of flavor text here. He's got protection is up, costs are down, the rivers are full, time to talk expansion. Who's he talking to? This crazy little skeleton guy? I never saw that in the anime, right? This is our first character with support. It's Hey. Support. This also had like an errata on the card. There's like a first edition one and a not a first edition one because the other one doesn't have the word another on it. He's the boat snack. He's got support, and this was one of the first Lorcana promo cards, the one that changed the symbol to be a little like triangle thingy. Sometimes our strengths lie beneath the surface, far beneath in some cases, says Moana. It's a 1-drop. It's a 1/2. The support with a 1 doesn't really help you too much. There's better stuff for 1 that has support, like the new Basil from Shimmering Skies has 2/1 stat line. And that's a little bit cooler for support. Hey's just kind of here to be cute, in my opinion, right? And there's the little promo version that we were talking about. We got LaFoe, and he's got some wombo combos that he can pull off. Mostly, he was a replacement for the now Daisy Duck. Like, he is a aggro machine. He still might have a place in an aggro deck. I don't know. He costs 2, the 1/2 stat line. If you have another character named Gaston in play, you pay 1 less to pay this character. So if you have Gaston, if you had like the Red Rush Gaston that has the 4/2 stat line, we'll talk about that in a couple weeks. But this one, you could drop down for 1. That's basically a Daisy Duck, but it doesn't have the survivability of Daisy Duck. It was aggro. It was in my set 1 aggro deck, and I liked it a lot. And overall, it's a fine card. This is Lilo, and if you don't know Lilo, you should. She is the fire the cannon's target. For all of set 1, she was a monster. She was like a $20 card in set 1. Now she's about $8, and there's no difference between the foil and the non-foil. That's actually crazy. Get yourself the foil if you're getting this card right now. She is your 1-drop that you play, and then it gets you lore. Guaranteed this thing is probably going to get you 2 lore unless your opponent has the exact right counter for it. And if they don't, maybe it gets you 4 lore. This card has been super valuable. It'll always be an Amber staple. Highly recommend. All right, this Maximus, this Palace Horse, this one goes off the rails with the support and the ability. It's so good. So it's a 5 cost, which is the best cost in the game. If you play a 5 cost character, it's got to have some major value, and Maximus has that. It's got the 4 strength, so it doesn't perish to the Medusas. It's got the 5 willpower. It has some major survivability, but it's got 2 good abilities for this card. It's got Bodyguard. So it can be the target. You can save some people, but it's also got support. You may add their strength to another chosen character's strength this turn when you quest. So 4 is huge, dude. It could make your Lilo a 5/1 character. Throw your Lilo into something, dude. It goes crazy. Maximus is a super rare for a reason, because he's pretty sicko mode. This Maximus, though, Not very cool. He's only a 3 cost. He's a Relentless Pursuer. When you play this character, chosen character gets -2 strength this turn. So it could help you out with a low-key under the sea card, but not really. Will this ever see play? Probably not. The 3/3 can take out some stuff, but it's not evasive. Like, it doesn't have stuff that makes it cool. It does help you with a little cheeky thing, but like, you don't want to top deck this. If you ever play this, it will only ever be like a 2 of maximum. Like, you want to play 4 of these in a deck. Not the coolest card. That's why it's an uncommon. Here's the Mickey Mouse, and he goes crazy. This should be the key art on the packs, but it ain't. He's standing in the Great Illuminary. That's what these little columns are. He's the true friend, Amber, Storyborn hero. As long as he's around, newcomers to the Great Illuminary will always get a warm welcome. Well, I have news for you. The Great Illuminary is falling apart right now in Shimmering Skies. So what's going on with that, buckaroo? This is already better than Maximus. Look at this, a 3/3 stat line that quests for 2. Is that already better than this monstrosity? This only has an ability. Would you pay a lord to get this ability? Maybe. Maybe. Can't have Mickey Mouse without a Minnie Mouse. And this one is the princess, the beloved princess. She's got that 2/2/3 stat line. Not bad. For a 2-drop, whenever this princess goes, her musketeers are, well, they're around somewhere probably. And this fits in the new princess decks. It has the princess synergy. I'm about it. This card knows what's good. Speaking of princesses, Moana. She adds some cool things going for her, but she hasn't been utilized. She's one of the starter deck promos. So, what happened, girl? We can fix it whenever this character quests. You may ready your other princess characters. They can't quest for the rest of the turn. It's a 5-cost character that quests for 3, so that's already sicko mode. But the 1 strength is a huge downfall with cards like Brawl and Medusa and stuff that doesn't care about getting the 1 damage on it. It's gonna hurt, but it's okay. This definitely has a spot in new decks. It's worth trying out. It's not really the best, but questing for 3 is always cool to see. This is the Mr. Smee that nobody has played ever. Don't play this card. It's not good. It won't give you any leg up. I don't know why you'd play this Mr. Smee. I really don't. Maybe just because it has the pirate keyword. But this is just kind of a filler, vanilla card. There's no reason for it. Out of pocket. To the Prince Philip. They've printed so many Prince Philip cards at this point in the game, but they're all pretty bad. All of these Prince Philip cards, not the best. You can make it better by putting a flounder on it. But they didn't do it. You got the brambles. This is the guy that's facing Maleficent, methinks. Yeah, he's like gonna slay the dragon. This is where the dragon fire is going. It's hitting that shield, but you don't see it on this card. When this character challenge is banished, you may banish the challenged character. Not a whole lot of value. It could be like a late game play. Like, you can throw this into the Maleficent Dragon, the 9-drop one, and then it banishes it because it has 7 and 5. So you could banish it with a 3-cost thing. 2 lore, pretty good. To the Pumbaa. This is probably one of the first foils I ever saw. So it has a special place in my heart. I don't know. And then I like saying Pumbaa. It's a funny name. Best card in Lorcana? Psych, Medusa. This is Rapunzel and Hot Dog. She's the Storyborn hero princess. She quests for 2. She draws you up to 3 cards, and it's not even a 5-cost card. This is one of the most valuable cards in all of Lorcana, and she's got a cool little separate art here. I have one of these. Check it out. If I said it once, I'll say it a billion times. Sebastian, no good. Singer 4, get out of here. You think you had a shot. You think it might have gone well with a Sing Together card, but they didn't print any more in set 5. Sing Together was only a set 4 thing. If they print more Sing Together cards, this is going to be a good card. But for now, it's boofy. This is not a good card. Simba the Protective card, however, the common card, probably one of the most valuable common cards of all time, sitting at 33 cents, $1 for the foil, dude. It's got that bodyguard ability. You can play it exerted so it can save your aggro characters, and he's got that Prince stat line so he can go to Pride Lands. This card has been super useful, super valuable. I love it. People loved it. It was one of the best cards in set 1. TBH. Simba's an MVP. There he is, Stitch, the Carefree Surfer. This is the Ready Set Inc. logo for like the first 8 months of our channel, and we loved it. It was so good. I remember when this card used to be about $35 for the foil. I know my local game store was trying to sell it for like $45. 26 sounds like a steal. Is this a damaged one? Yeah, you could get a damaged one for $20, and you could get the near mint for $25. Ooh, from Kingslayer. That's cool. Overall, a cool card. If you hit it with your Mufasa, you can draw 2 more cards if you have other cards in play. Like, there's some caveats to it, but super cool card. One of my favorite arts of Lorcana. He's got a cheese sandwich, or is that a mustard sandwich? We might never know. Stitch, the new dog. Check out this card. It looks like it needs some like lotion on the foil or something. Lilo, David, I got a new dog. David, oh, are you sure it's a dog? Lilo, he used to be a collie before he got ran over. He's the new dog. Look how happy he is. It's just lovely to see. Did you see that there's a live action Stitch that's going to come out? What's going on? Rockstar Stitch will never not be the memes, dude. This thing quests for 3. It's sicko mode. It only has 3, so that's kind of not the best. But he has crazy abilities when you play this character, or with cost 2 or less, you may exert them to draw a card. So if you play this card in a deck with like 41 drops, you can play all 40 of them in one turn with this, because you can make it cost 1 less with Stitch at Pride Lands. There was a cool combo with it. This thing has so many printings, it's not even funny. It was one of the D23s, one of the first cards that we ever saw. You can get it right now for $4.25. What does that even mean, dude? And this one right here, that's the Big Man Pajama. I never wanted one of these. I choked 8 of them. I got into the top 8 5 times. I went to 8 tournaments. Never got one of these. Missed out on 300 smackaroos. But Stitch Rockstar, super fun to play. Timon, no, what's up? He's a 1-cost card that I've never seen be played. He's got that grub rustler. Tastes like chicken. When you play this character, you may remove up to 1 damage from chosen character. It might help you out, but it's not something that you want to top deck. It's not the best 1-cost cards. If you're playing a Lion King theme deck, then this is your boy. But other than that, don't play Timon. He's kind of a filler. But I like to see Timon. That does it for the characters. On to the actions and song cards, and then into the item cards, and then that's about it. This is Be Our Guest, an underrated card right now. This could save your whole mood. This goes in that Rockstar Stitch. This goes in that Rockstar Stitch thing that I was talking about, and you can sing this and actually find the card that you want to look for. You look at the top 4 cards and reveal a character, put it in your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So it's kind of like the ARIEL Spectacular Singer ability, but for characters, and that's all right with me. I like it a lot. It's got all your favorite people. It's got Mrs. Potts and Chip, Cogsworth and Lumiere, and who's that? Paddington? 2-cost songs are all right with me, but what's not all right with me is 1-cost actions. Chosen character has -2 strength this turn. Sure, it might give you the Wombo combo on Under the Sea, but is it worth it to take up a whole card slot? This might be a little spicy spice in some person's deck. I could see it being useful. I'm not convinced that this is a terrible card. I like this card. Hey, this is pretty cool. The Hakuna Matata song card. I've never seen it played. I don't think you've ever seen it played. Remove up to 3 damage from each of your characters. Could go in a Musketeers deck that likes to heal and chip people, but I don't know. Not cool. I guess Sebastian could sing it. You could put this in your Sebastian Singer deck, right? Healing Glow is showing Amber's true colors right now. It's saying, hey, you want to pay us an ink? Let's remove some damage. It's Rapunzel's ability, but way worse, and doesn't let you draw cards. Don't freak out, says Rapunzel, because she's wrapping her hair around a guy in the middle of a forest. Eugene, you know. Flynn Rider, I hardly know her. The just-in-time action card, super sick card, in my opinion. I love it. I love playing this card. You get to cheat out a character for 5 or less for free. So you pay 3 and then you can play 5. So it reduces it by 2 is basically what it's saying. So it's not that cool, but it's cool that you can do it on 3. And you can still have ink to play with. So I don't know. This card seems like a lot of value, but now that I'm reading it and thinking about like it's just reducing the cost by 2, maybe it's not the best. And it can only be characters? I love it. This is one of my favorite cards in all of set 1. This is part of your world, and it's getting some traction in the Amber Emerald decks because it can return a character from your discard to your hand. It's got that Hades ability, but on a song, and that's pretty sick. So why would you play Hades and not this? Because Hades only costs 1 more, and you get a 3/2 body on board. So Hades just a little bit better than this card, but this card you can play for free. Ups and downs all around. They fill the same spot, and is that Flounder? All right, we got 4 more cards in Amber, and I've said this about probably 3 cards in Amber, but this, one of my favorite cards in Lorcana. I'm not even joking. When you play this card, it's just nasty, dude. Each opponent chooses and discards 2 cards. Can you imagine this in multiplayer format? Like, give me 8 cards or something? That'd be crazy. Or 6 cards. I don't know how to math. It's super cool. It's inkable, super playable. I play it in my Steel Song list because I'm crazy, but that's why I didn't win a DLC. Here's Dinglehopper, an item that might pair well with Tomato in the future just because it's a one drop. You exert it, remove up to 1 damage from chosen character. And that's how I think items should work. Not this banish for ink nonsense. This has items at the core of the idea. And this is a little Scuttle's fingers, huh? And he's like, oh, look at this. I know what a fork's called. Crazy guy. This lantern here, underrated, right? It's just in time, but on a 2 body and only does 1 less. You can use this the turn it's played. You can play it down for 2, exert, and then play something for 1. So on turn 2, you play this, exert it, put down a Pluto or something. I don't know. Put down a Stitch, new dog. Don't at me. Lanterns fill the sky one special night. Beacons of love and hope. This is how Rapunzel's parents said that they were sad that their daughter was kidnapped by an evil Mother Gothel. And I like it. Ursula's Cell necklace is too clunky to be valuable in my opinion. Otherwise you'd see it in Steel Song list. Says got that now sing ability. Whenever you play a card, whenever you play a song, you may pay 1 ink to draw a card. So you have to pay and pay. So you have to pay 4 to draw 1. There's cards that do it for less. Like, say a rabbit. No, that's the exact same amount. You pay 4 to draw 1 with a rabbit. Wow. I don't know. Obviously, it isn't good. It hasn't been in the winning list, but it could be kind of spicy. You never know, but there's so many like item disruptions right now that it's not gonna be worth it. Our 2 Enchanteds, of course, were the Hades and the Surfer Stitch. This Surfer Stitch looks pretty cool. And that's it for Amber. Next week, we're going to talk about Amethyst cards, and there's some great cards in Amethyst like Maleficent, and we're going to talk about those, see where they fit in the shimmering skies. Thanks for watching. Please hit the smash button. No, hit the like button and smash subscribe. That's it. Thanks for watching.